So there's this movie called Christmas Carol, and in Christmas Carol you got Scrooge in the Disney version. That's Scrooge McDuck, much better version if you ask me. But you got Scrooge, who's this greedy old grumpy man who he's stingy with his money. He treats his employees bad, but he's visited in the middle of the night by three different ghosts. You got ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. And he's able to go back in time with Ghosts of Christmas Past and see what things were like back then. He had someone he loved and cared for long time ago, and he's able to remember these experiences and experiencing them firsthand once again. And then he's able to go into the future and see the legacy that he's leaving behind of greed and anger and frustration, and it's really an ugly picture. Then he's taken back to the present. It's almost like all that stuff is because of what you're doing now, and he has this eye-opening moment where it's like, man, I really need to change. And I need to become more compassionate and become more kind and considerate of others. But aside from all that, I'm sitting here watching this movie and thinking about it, and I wish that there was a ghost that could take me back in time, so that I could experience the experiences that I've had firsthand again. Like I think of the people that we've lost in life, and everybody has somebody they've lost, it seems. But there are people that we've lost in life. I wish I could go back in time and just experience Christmas with them one more time. You know what I mean? Like what would you give in order to be able to do that one more time? And I think about like the future, like what would it be like if a ghost of Christmas future took me to the future and I could see my kids' life and their kids and their kids? Like what would I see? And then what would that tell me about who I am now and like the legacy that I'm leaving behind as a dad and as a husband? What would I see? But then I think of like the Christmas present. I think of the time, like the people who surround me in life right now. I wish that there was a way to pause time. I really do. Because there are so many memories and experiences that I'm having at this point in my life that I wish I could just pause and honestly just live here forever. Like, as a young man, you always hear, time flies, man. Don't blink. It's going to pass you up before you know it. And you're always like, yeah, whatever. Like, you're an old man. I don't believe you. And then you experience it. And you become a little older and you have kids of your own or whatever it is. And all of a sudden you realize time is going extremely quick. Like, it's going so fast. And there's experiences right now that I'm having with my kids where it's like, I wish I could just live in this moment forever. And it's not possible. And I hate it. I just hate it. Because I know that they're going to grow up. They're going to experience life. Life is brutal. They're going to be hurt at some point. And that's all just part of life. But it's going to happen. I wish I could experience these moments that I'm experiencing now forever. But I can't. But here's the thing. We can't pause time, but we can certainly value it. Think about it. We can't pause time, but we can certainly value it. So much of life is a rat race, and I think of like Christmas time especially. Christmas time is supposed to be a time of peace and rest and quiet, but it's like the exact opposite. It becomes more busy, it becomes less restful, it becomes more loud. It's the exact opposite of what it's supposed to be. And that's how all of life is. Life is a rat race. It's like this thing where you're constantly going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and it's always about what's next on the agenda. And if you don't stop every now and then, and if you're not intentional about just slowing down and experiencing it and enjoying it and cherishing it, it will pass you up before you know it. And you'll look back at the end of your life and it's like, what happened? I spent my entire life just trying to get to the next thing. It's like, well, you didn't value it. You valued the things you could attain in life more than the time it took to get there. And I don't want that to be me. This is where I'm at in life. Like, one of our New Year's resolutions, like, we haven't done our New Year's resolutions yet, but one of them will absolutely be slow down. Because that's just where we're at in life. But if we learn to value our time with our children, our time with our loved ones, our time with our family on Christmas, if we learn to value these times, maybe we'll look up one day and go, you know what? My life wasn't a rat race. It was spent just cherishing the time that I had with the people I love. That's my goal. And so my prayer for you is that you begin to learn this, learn to value time, and to not just pass it up. And my prayer is that this Christmas, as you're surrounded by loved ones and people you care about, and your kids or your family or whoever it is that you take a little bit of time to just step back and to just cherish it and soak it in. Because if I were to guess, I'll probably have some moments this Christmas where I wish I could put a pause on it and just live in that moment forever. But again, it's not possible. Can't stop time, but we can value it and we can cherish it. So that's my prayer for you. This is the last video of my Christmas series. Tomorrow I'm showing a video of it's a Christmas video that I made a long time ago. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon.